Welcome into another episode of What's the Scoop presented by Perry's Ice Cream. We've got rookie running back Ray Davis joining us today. Ray, thanks so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Ray, you're a rookie. Who is Ray Davis?
He is a calm and neutral guy. I think a lot of people see the physicalness on the football field from trying to run guys over and having fun, but outside of the ball, I'm just a calm guy. I like candles, I like reading, I'm a big movie guy, so Ray Davis is a beast on the field, but he's a grandpa off the field. That's how I would describe myself.
Beast on the field, a grandpa off the field. That is incredible. How can those two things coexist?
When it's time to take the grandpa cape off and put the young man cape on, that's when it's time to flip it. It's like being like Superman in a way. Clark Kent with the glasses, and then you take off the glasses and you're this superhero. So that's kind of how I look at it.
You said you like candles.
I do.
Do we have a favorite scent?
I love anything with like strawberry lemonade kind of scent, you know what I'm saying? But I love the wood fire cracking ones.
Those are the
rainy
best.
Day, you got the rain hitting the window, and then you got the wood cracking candle. Give me a nice little movie, give me some ice cream, I'm all in.
Wow, that sounds like the perfect off day.
Yeah.
Give me 3 words to describe your play style.
Physical, elusive, just being able to see things, just being like versatile, being able to do a lot of different things, not just run the ball, but being able to catch, being able to pass protect, just trying to find a lot of different ways to help, put the team in the best position to win.
What was the feeling like scoring your first NFL touchdown?
It was nuts, just thinking about everything that I've been through in life and thinking about every football moment that I had. And it all came down to just that one big moment of finally getting in the end zone in the NFL. You do it so much in college, it becomes repetitive, and you have to act like you've been there before. But when you make that first NFL touchdown, it's like, all right, I'm gonna think of every dance, every celebration. You forget about the ball half the time, but it was a surreal moment. I loved it, but like I always tell people, if it wasn't for Josh and James, I would have not been in that position. Those guys just vouching for me, supporting me, and really want to see me get that special moment. So, kudos to those guys.
Speaking of the reaction that you got from scoring your first touchdown, the crowd goes wild. You've got an awesome fan base in Bills Mafia. What has it been like to get to know them? It's
like having an extended part of like my family here. Going around the city, just seeing people, talking to them, just kind of getting a great vibe, and just hearing stories about, the history of Buffalo and how long they've lived here, and they've been the fans for so long. It's generation upon generation. So to be a part of a fan base that loves the Bills and that is day in and day out always going to support no matter what, it's like hanging out with your favorite auntie and uncle. You don't ever want to leave, but whenever it's time to leave, you kind of get a little sad. So, I hope I'm here for a while to be able to enjoy this experience.
Do you have any hidden talents?
I used to write poetry when I was a kid. I was really good at it. Actually, I was a part of this program where you have to play soccer and do poetry in elementary, and I actually won a contest to go speak in New York City for a poetry slam. Unfortunately, I didn't have the finances to do it at that time, but I had won it, and no one really knows. Only a couple people know that I used to write poetry, but I'm really good at it, and I can ski pretty well.
You can ski pretty well?
Yeah.
When did you learn how to do that?
My first time I ever learned how to ski, I want to say probably around like 13, 14. My big brother, I was a part of the Big Brothers Big Sisters, he took me to Squaw Valley in California, and I learned how to do the pizza, the French fry, and from there on, I was like, I think I'm good at this.
You mentioned Big Brothers Big Sisters. Why is that organization hold such a special place in your heart?
It's huge in my heart, just because of what I went through during a difficult time in my young age, and to have somebody who was a mentor, my big brother Patrick, and someone who was a consistent presence in my life, who just cared about me. And knowing that came from an organization where they're trying to have it grow, so that more mentors join and be a part of young kids' lives, because you never know how much of an impact that someone can have on you to achieve a dream that you may have. And understanding that if I didn't have that, I don't think I would be where I am today or have the aspirations or the goals that I had when I was young without Patrick pushing me forward.
Now that you're in the NFL, your platform has grown. How do you want to support the community now that you're in such a big league?
I want to be involved as much as I can, Monday through Monday, if that's possible. And I'm starting to build up my foundation. I'm starting to get involved with a lot of different organizations and charities, just learning, how to become a person who knows how to use their platform and their foundation, and just to kind of continue to just evolve and get people involved, and understanding that with my words that I could potentially change some lives. So I'm going to continue to do that.
You get to learn behind a running back in James Cook. What goes through your mind when you're watching James Cook?
Man, this guy's wheeling and dealing and slicing, and just watching the way he cuts and how elusive he is and his vision and his contact balance, just him as an overall runner. I got to watch him in college playing against him a little bit, and being able to watch him in live, being in the same room with him, that guy it's so effortless to him. The way he runs, it's so good. So I've took a couple pieces of his game and added to my game.
Let's talk game day fashion. How would you describe your look?
Hey, I'm kind of, I was on the NFL, I made the little fit page, I made it. So, I'm there. I got the grandpa dad style still, but I'm evolving a little bit, and my style's getting there.
What's one food or meal you won't ever get tired of?
Oh, pizza. Never. Pepperoni. And if anybody says pineapple goes on
that was going to be my next question.
You're wrong. Please stop doing that. But yes, pepperoni.
What's one food you can't stand?
Ooh, sushi. I've never had it. I mean, I kind of ish had it, but nah, I can't do sushi.
What's the weirdest food you've ever eaten?
Does squash count? I don't know if that's a thing, but like, I don't know. Yeah, and hummus. I don't know. Those are like dipping things, but yeah, I don't mess with squash, hummus, avocado, guac. I don't know. I'm good.
Is it a texture thing?
It's nasty.
That's
Yeah, I don't know if there's foods, but that has to count in my book. Yeah,
an item of food.
Yeah, food. Yeah,
hey,
it's the same thing.
Don't come to a party with Ray and bring squash or guac or hummus.
You'll be turned around.
So you don't like guac then?
I've never even had guac. I just don't like the way it looks.
But what if you tasted it and you loved it? No, we're not going there. Okay.
Nah.
What's on the pregame playlist?
Got to get some Rilo in there, Meek Mill, Lil Durk, Rod Wave. I don't know if I want to say this out loud, but you got to get Flowers in there by Miley Cyrus one time. I like the song. It's kind of a banger.
It is.
It's a banger. So
she's got a lot of bangers.
She does, but Flowers hits.
Do you have any pregame rituals?
Before every game, once we kind of walk out the tunnel and we go do our prayers on the end zone, as I'm walking back to the bench, I just talk to myself. I remind myself of how much it took to get here. Being blessed to be in this position, because not a lot of people are, can be where I'm at. So I try to just talk to myself, give myself added motivation, and just, enjoy it.
Do you have any pet peeves?
I hate when people leave people unopened. Like, I don't just leave me undelivered. The fact that you saw it makes me upset.
How many unread text messages do you have if you're not leaving people unread?
I have 1,350, and I just checked before I left here because, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Missed calls are even worse.
That might be a pet peeve.
That is, yeah. I don't like
having so many unread text messages. Do you get through them, or
no.
Does it, if a week goes by and we're just never answering?
Yeah, no.
But you don't clear them out ever?
No, just call me. I'll answer.
Okay.
Yeah,
just
don't
call
text
Ray.
me though.
Don't text
me.
him.
Call me.
What was your favorite cartoon growing up?
All right, so we got Samurai Jack, Billy and Mandy. Obviously, you got Phineas and Ferb when I was a young kid, SpongeBob, one of those. But I would say I was really, really big. It's not a cartoon, but I had loved That's So Raven. It was based in San Francisco, so that's kind of why you gotta love it.
It's a great show. What's one show you're watching right now?
I just got done watching Beauty and the Black, Tyler Perry. I'm on Outer Banks right now, finishing up the last season, and then I'm waiting for Stranger Things to come out.
Aren't we all waiting for Stranger Things to come out?
For Stranger
Do you have an updated release date? Do you have any idea when this thing's coming out?
Part of my contract, I can't say when it's coming out.
What's your favorite podcast? Are you a podcast listener?
Yeah.
Say no.
Yeah, I am a podcast listener. Actually, I have my own podcast twice, and
shout it out.
Yeah, well, I don't do it anymore now.
Maybe later.
Yeah, it was a podcast between me and our quarterback in college. It was welcome to the show. Kind of just providing a platform for a lot of other athletes at Kentucky to come on and just speak about anything sports related for them. They're mental, they're prepared. Just wanted to shine light to other sports that wasn't getting the recognition that they deserved. And then another podcast I did is actually at one of my colleges, and it was the minority experiences in certain institutions. And it was a platform for people to just express how they felt being in certain positions that they felt uncomfortable. And it was a good platform. I mean, it was a great podcast to have, and I was blessed to have the people that I had come on there, because you learned a lot about people's experiences that you don't necessarily know about. So it was good.
That's awesome. All right, we're going to stay tuned for the Ray Davis Bills podcast, because I can feel it coming.
Yeah, it's going to come out. Watch.
What is one meme or video that always makes you laugh on the internet?
I don't know if anybody ever watched Flavor Flav growing up.
Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think New York, that was her name. She has this meme where she's sitting on the edge of the bed and she's like this with the glasses on. And I love that because that's like, oh yeah, that's how you know something. That's like when you get ready to come home and you got the belt waiting for you. That was one of them stanzas right there.
What is one thing you can't live without?
Oh, Crocs.
Big croc guy.
Hey, Croc guy. Hey, Crocs.
Sponsor him.
I got about 6 pair. Could take another 6 pair.
What's your favorite pair?
I got my red ones I got when I was in college. Has a little fur in it. Love it. And I got my
Crocs
giblets.
with the fur.
And I got my giblets. Don't forget the giblets.
Are you a sport mode Crocs guy?
Nah, I'm all about comfortability.
Comfortability.
I'm not ready to go on the run. I told you I'm a grandpa. I'm not trying to run around here.
We only run on the field. If you could go pro in something else, what would it be? Doesn't have to be a sport.
Well, baseball.
Baseball.
But also, I would be the next like Greg Popovich and Steve Kerr of coaching basketball. I coached basketball when I was at Kentucky, actually. I coached I coached AAU boys, 5th grade. I had my own team, travel team, and all.
How'd they do?
We did all right.
We did all right.
What we learned is kids are no longer 5'5" at 10 years old. Everybody's about 5'9". So it was a rough start.
All right, last question. Since this is sponsored by our good friends at Perry's Ice Cream, what is your favorite way to share ice cream with somebody?
I don't share.
Who would you share your ice cream with?
I don't share. I'm not a sharer.
Not a sharer. It's going to you.
Yeah, if it's good, don't touch my ice cream. Go get your own. I mean, I do want to try. I've only seen it in movies. I want to try a banana split sundae. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Never
never seen one in real life.
Great, we got to do
Yeah,
this.
please. Next interview, just bring me one.
A banana split.
Yes.
All right.
Perfect.
Ray, thanks for sitting down and answering those questions. Fun to get to know you.
Thank you so much.
Another episode of What's the Scoop presented by Perry's Ice Cream.